Hi guys, it has been a while, so just testing the settings off again, but we're going to be playing a few rounds of Terraforming Mars, this time with both the Venus expansion as well as Prelude cards. It does make it a harder solo game. Obviously Prelude, you start with a nice bump to your engine, but it does drop the length of a solo game to 12 generations. Which means we will have 11 opportunities to help to get help from the World Council, whereas the Venus track requires 15 extra terraforming steps. So we will see whether the loss of those extra generations gives us a slightly worse win percentage than we'd normally get, but we will crack on without further ado. So in a solo game, I won't be marking too many of my locations on the map since there's only a dummy player. We'll populate theirs. 1, 2, 3, 4 and put cubes on it. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 6. And 5. So just take all those out. Probably be annoying on the audio otherwise. So corporations, let's take 1, 2 corporations, 4 Prelude cards, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have Point Luna. With an effect, when you play an Earth tag, draw a card. And Robinson Industries, spend 4 mega credit to increase one of your lowest productions 1 step. So I like the sound of that. We have the option to take 2 of these cards from Prelude. So we have the Great Aquifer, just place 2 ocean tiles. Mole hole excavation to start with some production and heat. Gain plant production and draw cards, or 21 mega credits. So let's go with Robinson Industries because I like the idea of getting some generation, unless we've got a lot of Earth tag cards here, which we don't. We've got a lot of heat production cards to start us off, so mohole excavation may not be hugely necessary. So let's go for the Great Aquifer and some donations. That'll give us a good boost to our early game. And that money then can be spent to place another ocean and get some heat generation going. We will have no tags, so the mining quota to increase steel production requires 1 of each. Might be a little hard to get. We will be very close to being able to get our algae out early though, which I think will be very important for us. A power plant would be nice. Cloud seeding, we'll have 3 oceans, we can get this one out. very early. We'll have to lose a heat production and lose a money production, but we'll gain plant production. That's good. Do we want any other cards? Well, we'll keep algae because I think getting 2 other oceans will be fairly easy for us. And then Merhole. So we'll keep insulation for the late game as well, so we can convert all of our additional heat production to money production, hopefully for the last few generations. So that'd be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. We've got all this extra money. So we'd start with 53. Which is pretty good. We can place 2 ocean tiles to start us off. Put my corporation over here. I'll leave the cards on there. So 2 ocean tiles. Let's get some money and some resources. We could use the steel, but let's just... Do I want the steel and an extra card? No, yeah, because I think that's going to give us more opportunities for money in the future as well. So it gets us 2 credits for placing an ocean next to an ocean. We get 1 steel and 1 card. The micro mills to increase our heat. That is okay. 1 steel. So, first things first, that's 2 terraforming steps. So we're up to 16 income. We can spend 4 mega credits to increase one of our lowest productions 1 step. So let's go ahead and do that. We will spend 4 to increase our plant production by 1. We will then spend 15 to lower our monetary income by 2. We gain 3 heat production and can place another ocean. We'll place it here just for the money, so we get 4 credits. And then with 3 oceans, we can spend 11 on cloud seeding to lower our income by 1 again. Gain 2 plant production and lose a heat production. And then what do we want to do? We may as well get the micro mills out. There are only 3 credits there to get our heat production back up. And perhaps a mole hole area. Get another 4 heat out. Yeah, so 2 from steel and 18. Doesn't leave us with a lot of income coming in. Oh, we did another ocean, so we should be up to 17. We'll get another 4 heat and place the mole. Let's get those cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we probably want to play our acquired company out straight away. Get that 3 extra income. We've got 8 money, it requires 10. So let's go ahead and sell both of these 2 cards for 1 credit each. Gives us 10 exactly for the acquired company and brings our money production back up to 0, which was very fortuitous. Awesome. So that is us completely out of money. So we'll go on to the second generation. So our money production is at 0 once again, so we will make 17. We have no steel or titanium, we make 3 plants, no energy, but 7 heat. And we can go ahead and bump something up, but not get any benefit for it. So let's place an ocean here. Okay, and then we're only 1 away from being able to play our algae. So we'll take 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Add a floater to this card or spend 1 floater to increase your energy production. It's pretty good, it's got a lot of tags on it as well. Place a city tile, decrease energy production 2 steps, increase your steel by 2. Not sure we need that. Decrease your energy to increase money production. 8% Venus to increase your titanium. So 3 of those are definitely not going to be hanging around. This would be effectively 14 credits, so it's only slightly more than increasing our energy 1 step, and it would give us more of them, more energy boosts. Otherwise, all we could do on this round would be we could bring down an asteroid. That would be it. All we could do is bring down an asteroid. It would give us 1 extra income and it's 1 step closer. Or we could do an air scraping project on Venus as well. But if we do those, we won't be able to also increase one of our productions, and would be able to increase our lowest production. So no, we won't take any of those cards. So we've got 17. Unfortunately, if we increase the production, then we won't have enough for an asteroid. Do we want to basically skip a turn? We could increase then, we could increase our money production, so we'd get 18 next generation. But that's the same as bringing down an asteroid, isn't it? Let's spend 4 to boost our steel production by 1, and that will be the end of that generation, unfortunately. So boost that up. And we will replace another ocean because then we can get our algae out. So we are making 17 income. 1 steel, 3 plants, and 7 heat. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place an ocean, draw a card. Spend 5 heat to gain 4 plants. Raise Venus 1 step, remove some money. Is a slightly cheaper Venus step. Oh, I've got 5. Which would have been... Which one did I read first? That one, wasn't it? Cheating. Good way to get some money, but we don't have a huge amount of generations left to really capitalise on that. Microbes terraforming rating. So we're going to be raising the heat one this generation. We could plant also a greenery, which would have to go here. Yeah, let's. If I buy 2 for 6, how much do I have? I've got 24, so it would leave me 20. Yeah, I think that should work. So we'll buy these 2 cards for 6. I can spend 8 heat first of all to bump the temperature. We will spend then 1 money on local heat trapping, so we spend 5 heat to get 4 plants. So we've then got 8 plants. And we can put a greenery tile down, just to go adjacent. We'll put it here and get a plant and a steel. And bump the oxygen. I'll spend 10, since there are 5 oceans, for algae to get a plant. And raise plant production by 2, so up to 5 plant production. And 4 for local shading. Let's see if I move my board slightly over. I've got local shading, which I will use now to add a floater. And I will also spend 4 money to boost a production. Let's go for titanium. Why not? So I have only 1 heat left for plants. I can't do anything else this generation. But we're going to get help from the world government. We should probably look at... Let's bump the heat once more. No, heat probably isn't something I'm going to struggle with. Let's do Venus. Okay, so we're going to make 19, that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 1 steel, 1 titanium, 5 plants, and 7 heat. And we're on to generation 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. So, capital, 1 victory point for every ocean adjacent, not really useful. Add a resource to a card with at least 1 resource on it. No. Ice asteroid or convoy from Europa. I could hang on to titanium for a while, knowing I can bring down some asteroids. That could well be worth it. Yeah, let's just buy the ice asteroid for 3. Excellent. So then we can spend 8 heat to raise the temperature and get our terraforming rating up. We can spend 8 plants to place a greenery here to get 2 plants and raise the oxygen, and our terraforming rating goes up. And let's spend 14 to raise the temperature, to raise our heat production, because then we will make 8 heat every generation, which is perfect amount to make 1 bump on that. We can then spend our floater to boost our monetary income. But before we do that, if we spend 4 money, we can boost our monetary income and then spend our floater to boost it. So next generation, if we want to increase something, it will have to be power, because it's the only thing still on 0. And then we could look at steel or titanium again. Okay, the World Council, let's boost. I want to boost heat so that I can get that next jump on heat, but let's do Venus again. We've got 2 greenery, 2%. Yeah, we've done those bumps. Okay, so we'll go on to generation 5. We're making 22, 24 money. That's a nice increase. 1 steel, 1 titanium, 5 plants, and 8 heat. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. We have every time a city, get 2 mega credits. Not really. When you play a Venus tag, pay 2 mega credits less for it. Possibly useful. We've got titanium to make it. Only costs 3 mega credits, and then we could look at requires Venus at 10%, add 2 microbes or 2 animals to another Venus card. So not really something we can use. Ganymede colony, just points. Could get the rovers out for free. Don't feel that's particularly useful, even though we've got all that steel. Tempted for this one, but with the cost of purchasing the card, it's effectively 12 to spend it, so you'd need to play 6 Venus cards for this to pay for itself. And I think at this point we're better off just keeping the money, so nothing there that's going to help us. So let's do our standard. We've got 8 heat, so we can boost this to make 23, and we have exactly 8 plants for another greenery. We will place it here for another bump and 2 greenery back. So we could bring down an ice asteroid. Just for the money it's going to bring us. Or we could look at Venus needs a bit of help. What do we have? We don't have 30, so it would only be 1 project. Let's spend our 4 money to boost our power, because that is still going to be a heat if nothing else. It's not a total waste. And we will get a floater as well. Two oceans could get us a decent amount of money. Yeah, we'll do it. So we've got 23. 2 titanium makes it 17. So if we spend 22, I'll get 5 back. 2 oceans, so 2 bumps. We can go here for 6 and here for 6, so 12 in total. And then with our money, we could bring down another asteroid or give Venus a bump. I think we want to bring down an asteroid, because if we bump Venus, whichever track we move up of those two, we'd miss out on a bonus. So let's bring down an asteroid first. 14 for another boost to this and increase our heat production. We could do our insulation at this point, which is actually quite tempting, but I think we'll wait till we get further along on the heat track here. It's ticking along. Okay, yeah, we'll end it there. So going to the 6th generation, we're on 27, 28, 29 income. Still a steel and a titanium, 5 plants, but unfortunately that is 7 we have now, so we won't be placing one this turn. We make 1 power and we make 9 heat. Take 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I haven't done the bump, boop, for the royal government because we were talking it through, so I know where it should have been. Phobos Space Haven, titanium production, and 3 points is nice, but we've got an easier way of doing it. Similar with the solar power, that's not particularly great. Add a resource to another Venus card again. I mean, these are good for points. I'd be tempted by Phobos for the 3 points normally, but it's not what we need in the solo game. So we've just still only got our insulation card. Okay, standard start, 8 heat for a boost here. And we don't have the plants. We could buy a greenery for 23, which is quite tempting, because that would give us enough greenery to place another one. So it would actually get us 2 boosts on the income. Otherwise, we do have enough. We could just do 2 boosts on Venus. Let's do that. We'll spend 30 to boost Venus twice and get a card. Great Dam. 1, 2. And we've got enough water. Why not? We'll spend 10 in steel and 2 money to boost our power production up. Leaves us short of being able to use our ability this round, but we can use our local shading to increase our money by 1. Okay, it's coming along. Let's boost The oxygen track or Venus? I've got no way to boost the Venus track, but it is cheaper than placing greenery. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 generations left, which about a plant around is going to be short. So let's boost this. Okay, so under 7, 4 cards. We're making 3 plus 30, so easy maths. 33. 1 steel, 1 titanium, 5 plants. Energy moves over and we make 3 more, and 9 heat. Hopefully something more useful to us. So it requires 2 Venus tags. I believe we've only got 1. Gets us 2 money. Spend 4 power for a titanium and an oxygen increase. That's quite nice. Decrease your energy for a plant production. But also we want, if we had 1 more power, we could effectively get a whole extra plant every round. So I think this is the one we're going to buy. Let's just check our Venus tags. Oops. I didn't realise that was slightly on top of the board. There we go. Yeah, we've only got 1 Venus tag, so as much as the Venus Governor would be quite nice, 7 money for 2, 4, 6. Well, it would only get us an extra money anyway, so a bit late for that to come out. So we'll buy 1. We will spend our 2 heat to get us rolling. We will plant another set of greenery. And we will add a floater. Okay, now let's think things through. If I spend 11 on extra power generating, then we're effectively getting an extra titanium and an oxygen every round. So let's spend, it's not worth spending 4 to boost my steel production. So we won't use our special ability, I don't think that's worth it. So 11 and 13, let's just go ahead and straight off the bat spend 24 on the ore processor and the required power plant. I can't use it this turn, however, we'll have to use it next round. Is it worth boosting a titanium? If I do get a card that uses it, it's likely to be what? It's likely to be heat and oceans. Let's do it. We'll boost our titanium production 1 step, even though our ore process is going to get us more anyway. So if we're boosting oxygen effectively 2 steps every round, that should be okay. Let's boost Venus with the World Council. Okay, and on to number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 32 plus 3, so again, nice simple 35. 1 steel, 2 titanium, 5 plants. Power moves over. 4 more power and 9 heat. We've got a land claim, nope. 7 money for an energy, max 7% oxygen. It's too expensive to be worth it, and just get points. So again, cards aren't helping us there. 2, 4, 5. Oh, that's unfortunate. 15 heat, so we can only spend 8 for 1 bump. And we have got also 8 plants for a greenery, giving us 2 plants. We will spend our 4 energy to get a titanium and an oxygen bump. We have 41 money, so we could do did I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bumps on oxygen. Are they the only 6 I've made? No, I did one with the World Council, didn't I? I've missed one. Okay. I can spend this floater to increase my money production by 1. The only thing I'd be able to raise with my corporation is steel, and it's not worth it at this point. So I think what is worth it is spending 30 on 2 Venus boosts. 1, 2. I have 11, so I get another power. That doesn't seem worth it. Okay, for the World Council, let's just do the heat. Although I'm missing out on 1 money. Oh, the asteroid's only 1 coin cheaper. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so generation 9. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. We're making 36 plus 4. It's 40. 1 steel, 2 titanium, 5 plants, 4 energy, and 9 heat. Okay. 3 energy to 1 oxygen. So it's better, but it's not worth it at this point. Max 10% Venus, that's unfortunate. That would be nice to get the 2 extra boosts. We could just spend all of our titanium to get the giant space mirror. We have 2, 4, 6, 7. We have 21 credits worth. 24 because we're effectively going to get more this round anyway. I think spending 3 for that is probably worth it. Just generates a little extra heat for us over the next couple of rounds. At a cost of 3 isn't too bad. Okay. So we have 16 heat. That's finally increased enough for us to do 2 bumps. 1, 2. We'll spend our 4 oxygen. Not 4 oxygen, 4 electricity to get a titanium and an oxygen bump, which bumps the temperature, which gives us another bump here. We will spend 15 also to boost Venus, which is 1, 2 because of the extra terraforming jump. 2 more heat would let us also get an ocean down, which is pretty nice. So let's spend, what is it, 28. Yeah, we'll spend 28. 2 more bumps, 1, 2, and an ocean. Place there for 2 plants. So 1, 2, 3 bumps on our TR rating in total. And spending 8 plants, let's put down a greenery tile. Fortunately, it's getting a little worse for a moment, but that's 1 oxygen bump, 1 plant, and 2 money. And then we can spend 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. We'll spend 18 in titanium for the giant space mirror. And add a floater to this card. So we're making 5 plants, 4, 6, so I have 2 rounds left. I think auction might be okay. Let's bump this one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Our income is 46. We have got an income of 50. Very nice. Again, 1 steel, 2 titanium, 5 plants, 7 power, and 9 heat. So we'll spend our floater to increase our money production. Oh, no, we're not. Well, we'll leave it there because there's no reason we wouldn't do that. Protected valley. Get another greenery tile out. Cheap way of getting an ocean out. I think if we got 2 more, one more to get out. So it's not even cheaper. It's 15 for the card. We could spend 8 steel on it. I think we need the oxygen. Yeah, we'll spend 3 on the protected valley. I think let's spend our steel and that will be worth it. Okay, so 4 energy lets us get a titanium and boost the oxygen. We have 8 heat and we have 8 plants. And that gets a plant and boosts the oxygen. We will then spend 8 steel and then 15 extra money. And the protected valley gets us 2 extra income and place a greenery on a reserved spot. Oh, we should get 2 money for placing the greenery next to the ocean as well. And this one gets us 2 money and 2 greenery. I'll boost the oxygen and our terraforming rating. Insulation has been sat here not doing anything for us, hasn't it? But unfortunately, I thought we might get a little more heat or energy production going than we ended up. Maybe I should have kept 1 more of those cards, heat production cards at the start, but we do have 33, what can we do with 43? We could do 1 Venus boost and 2 asteroids, but that doesn't seem like we need to. Oxygen's going to take care of itself next generation, which is perfect. Heat. We'll have to buy a heat step, potentially. But Venus is the problem, so we'll spend 30 on 2 Venus steps. And let's think about it. We're going to only have 1 step left, so actually if I use insulation for 2 money, we've got 3 energy that's going to move across, so I only need 4 heat production, so I could get 5 extra money, so it is worth it. Just slightly worth it. Okay, so we'll move on to the final generation. We'll get 1 more boost from the World Council there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're making 12 plus 52, so 60. 4 money. Steel, 2 titanium, 5 plants, 7 power, and 4 heat. Let's have a look. Draw 3 cards if you have at least 3 Venus tags. That's really not worth it. I don't believe any of these are worth it, except perhaps this one, because I need to place another ocean. It will only cost 11. So 3 money for the card. Okay, so we've got 8 heat. We have got 8 plants, 2 money. Actually, I'm better off putting it here for 4 money at this point, and 1 plant. Let's do our ocean. 5, 6, 7, 8 money. And we get 4 back. And a plant. We'll spend 4 power. Oops, I didn't do this, did I? 4 power for a titanium and an oxygen boost. So water's fine. And oxygen's fine. I need 2 bumps on heat, which is 28. And I need 3 bumps. Oh, are you kidding me? I need 3 bumps, which would be, it would be 45. I have 44. So I'm going to fail by 1 credit. Ah! 1 credit. There is no way I'm making 1 extra credit. Yeah, it was last turn. I could have done it by moving where I placed that ocean and taking a bit more money for it. So I got 5 plants, but I knew I didn't need more plants. Wow, 1 credit away. Because unfortunately the end game step is before the World Council, so I won't get that final boost from them. 20, yeah, 28 for the asteroids. Wow. 1 credit, and I've got no cards in hand to sell. That is disappointing. That is very disappointing. Let's spend my money. 1, 2, 1, 2. So we've made it to 59 points. I don't think we had any other cards. A 1 point. And certainly lots of greenery. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, another 9 points. So we'd have made 69. So one credit would have made a 70-point score. Whew. So many places I think we could have saved that 1 extra credit, but we didn't have it. We couldn't spend it. But yeah, that felt probably about as tight as without Prelude. So even though we've lost the extra couple of generations, I mean, maybe we got a little fortunate with some of our combinations, but I guess where you get your engine going a little earlier did make it sort of a little easier maybe as well. So yeah, I enjoyed that. Disappointed, but let's see how we can get on with the next one. Just give me a minute here to close things down and we'll get going again.